Let's see. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome back to my channel. The number one place I really do feel for adults running a business, even if it's an influencer creator model versus any other kind of business model, where your content marketing has to convert, or there's no point in you doing content marketing, right? We're all about getting the sales conversions, of course, but we need other kinds of conversions too. Yes, it's great to build the following for you online on social media and stuff, but you can't put followers in the bank and deposit them, right? You got to get them on your email list. So that's a type of conversion too. If someone doesn't get on your email list, statistically speaking, they're really not going to buy from you. So we're all about building up that email list. We are all about, yes, building up the social following for social proof and having a brand based community. But we are also very big about getting those sales too. But about three-quarters of your sales, as I always say, should be coming from your email list. If you're not building up one, that's a mistake. And roughly a quarter will come from a well optimized SEO based website. Really great sales funnels, your social media content marketing. So this is day 29 of the 30-day social media growth challenge. If you're a student of mine, you've been going at this for 30 days. We know that it's not a follow for like sort of thing. By the way, if I'm not really high energy right now, it's because I am very sick. And I had a coughing jag, so I couldn't even come on as fast as I would like. So I'm going to make this fast. This is day 29 of 30 days where a lot of my students, and I have thousands of them across the world, a lot of my students in a Facebook group called Content Marketing for Conversions. So I will put that here. You're welcome to join the group. It's free. Content Marketing for Conversions. There's 2 free gifts in there once you do join, and it's at the Files tab at the top of the group feed. So, you know, if you tap on that, there's 2 PDFs that you can download absolutely for free that'll help you. Hey, Miss Ruth, what's going on? I don't know how long I'm going to last today, but this is day 29 of 30 days of my students posting one piece of original content a day to separately to each, not sharing between, but separately to each of the top 2 social media platforms that are best for their niche. And that's it. Could it be a photo? Could it be a graphic? Could it be like a short form piece of video content? Who cares? You need to be doing it every day for 30 days. If you go into the Content Marketing for Conversions group, you search on or you just look through the feed, you'll see that most everybody has been getting growth. They've been getting more followers or subscribers. They've been getting more views, watch time where applicable. They've been getting more people on their email list. And some of them have been reporting that they have been getting sales that they know they feel comfortable tracing to their content marketing. And so that's really a good thing, because otherwise, if you're just using your social feed as a bulletin board where you're just going to pin like product photos, and a tsunami of sales announcements, and that's all you're going to do, that's not going to work. So let's talk about today's theme. If you have missed any of the other days of free coaching, there's 30 days in a row. A lot of times we keep it to 15 to 20 minutes. And today I definitely have to do that. I don't have Ruth saying, yep, it works. Thank you, Miss Ruth. I have the playlist for what will be all 30 days of live streams / replays. So you can check up the catch up playlist down below. Also, if you don't have the March popularity plan, every month I come out with a packet of graphics that for under $50, you are getting well over 100 at a time, month-centric graphics, 15 social media caption post swipe files, and also 4 swipe files of emails, one assigned to every week of that particular month. And so if you're a solopreneur, you're a very small business, you're like, how am I going to continue with my daily deliverable before, during, or after this challenge? The popularity plan is a product I didn't think up of. My students thought up, and because I had other paid offerings like Funnel Dynasty. So I will put that down there, funneldynasty.com. It's always in my show notes. That's a 7-module course with one-on-group coachings almost every week of the year. and 24 other bonuses. You don't know how to market, you don't understand how to make your content marketing convert. Even after all the free trainings, you feel like you need more help. That's where it's a lot more hand holding and a lot more groupthink and a lot more, many hands make light work. We can often spotlight one student's business every week or most every week of the year to really look at their website. We can even look at all their emails in their welcome funnel. We can look at their social posts if they have a YouTube channel, and we can help them optimize better. Because if you're not optimizing your posts, you won't get them found, or you won't get many of them found. So let's talk about truth versus lies when it comes to an entrepreneurial mindset when it comes to content marketing. I've been a coach, a content marketing for conversions coach, a business coach for 10 years. So I've seen quite a bit through the years. And there's a lot of lies that people tell themselves, and there's truth that I have to help them counterbalance with. I don't do one-on-one work anymore. And the only way you'll really work with me after this challenge is over, because I don't think I'm going to do another one this year. I think I'm going to save up my energy for funnelDynasty.com and my Funnel Dynasty students. So you're welcome to join us if you want more of that training. I will be dropping 1-2 longer form pieces of content on my YouTube channel every week. And I will put out 1-4 YouTube shorts a day. They've really been helping to grow my channel over the last almost 8 weeks now, getting me a lot more watch time too, which I'm grateful for. So I definitely recommend that if you've got a YouTube presence, and every business owner should at some point in their journey, might not be the priority immediately, but at some point on your journey, you're going to want a YouTube channel, and at least once a week to put out content, longer form content. Sorry. And you definitely want to put out a short a day or close to it. I'm telling you, the amount of people that it's been bringing into my marketing and sales funnel has been fantastic. But let's talk about truth or lies. So the first lie that we tell ourselves is, when we're doing content marketing on a daily basis, whether we're sending out an email to our list today, whether we're posting a picture or graphic today, whether it's through the popularity plan or not, it's in the show notes down below, or it's pinned to the top of the chat. Get that if you need it to help you this March. Or you're just doing everything by yourself and you're wearing all the hats. The first lie that we tell ourselves is that maybe we're being too much or too pushy, or will annoy the people on our email list, or will annoy our social following. How annoying. Nobody wants to hear from you every single day, right? But that's a lie that we tell ourselves. A lot of it comes from being women. I have had male students too. And I've had plenty of women in their 50s, 60s, 70s as customers, clients of mine. I've also had people of different sexual persuasions in their 30s and 40s as well. But it tends to be older women who tend to worry about being pushy or too much or too loud or too proud. And then they get criticism from friends, relatives, whomever, who see what they're posting on social and saying, oh, who needs to hear all that all the time? I know about your business. Well, here's the thing. The truth is that your ideal customer, remember, your friends and your family and people who are on like your regular social, like your personal social accounts. I'm not saying that once in a blue you don't post there, because you don't know who actually is your ideal customer, and you don't know who might be shopping for your ideal customer. But I do think you do need to have two polarities. You need to have your personal social media and then have a business page for your business on Facebook. You can have a personal Instagram account and then have a business Instagram account, and so on. Ruth says, yeah, now that I have so much short form videos for Reels, I'm thinking YouTube will be added soon. Yeah, at the very least for short form content. They used to say that if you were doing shorts, you needed a separate channel for that. But about the better part of a year ago, YouTube's like, no, we're building a bridge. And then like a business quarter ago, they were like, the bridge has been built. so that the algorithms understand short form content versus long form content, and it can recommend both, okay, out. So do try to keep everything on one channel. So even for folks like Ruth, where they might be like, all I want to do is put out a short a day or something close to it. Will that be enough for my YouTube channel? Totally fine. You don't have to worry about it. I just want you guys to just do the thing, and then you can iterate and get better from there. Okay. But the first lie that we tell ourselves is that posting daily or close to it is too much. Emailing your list weekly at a minimum and then going to daily or close to daily is too much, when the reality check is your family and friends might not be your ideal customers. So whatever they're saying, you need to put that to the side. Your ideal customers are always wanting to binge on more content, not less, that has to do with their problem or their desire. That intersecting interest I referred to a couple of trainings ago that will bring them through search or suggested or both on a social media platform to a business like yours with offerings like yours. They're always going to want to binge on content or talk shop about that problem or that desire. It never gets old for them. I mean, depending upon the problem, once it's solved, they might be done. But then again, word of mouth, digitally and in real life, they're going to be bringing more people to you because everyone wants to be big person on campus and help out their friends and loved ones too, who might have the same or similar problem. But in many cases, the problem takes a while to resolve, right? They may need one or more offerings from you to get that problem solved. If it's a desire, whether it's a consumable good or a collectible good, they're going to want that every month or every time they can afford to get whatever, collect whatever, get the new version of whatever, have the updated look for the next season for whatever, right? So consumable or collectible goods. No one is ever tired of talking about whatever happens to be eating them or fascinating them at the time. So it is literally impossible to post too much today. If you were to ask me 5 to 10 years ago, maybe that was a different story, but not now. Ruth says, good to know. His longer form seems like a commitment I'm not ready for. To be honest with you, Ruth, I'm not saying you don't put out a long form piece of content once a week. And that might be a stretch goal for you or people who are new to video marketing. But a daily short, like 30 to 60 seconds. Come on, folks. Even with some editing, what's that going to do? Take you 15, 20 minutes to do? Perfect's the enemy of done. You just don't want bless this mess. Do the best job you can. Get the videos up because you are going to rank and search on YouTube and Google with shorts. Google search results are starting to have a shelf on top where they will have the short form videos as well as YouTube videos. They may be on two separate shelves now in YouTube. I'm sorry, Google results. So that's another lie. We tell ourselves the lie, I'm too old or I am not techie, so I don't want to learn about videos. I'm just going to stick to nothing but photos or nothing but graphics. And that's all or most of what I'm going to do because I can't really handle putting myself on because I have to lose weight or I'm too old or I'm not pretty or handsome or comely enough or thin enough or buff enough or whatever enough you don't think that you are. That's a lie for a couple reasons. Number one, I have a student right now. I don't see her on live now, but usually she catches all the lives and the replays. She's been putting out live streams and replays and or short form video content on like TikTok and Instagram. And sometimes she's not even wearing makeup, but she's like, what the heck? I'm going to throw something up now while I have the time with multiple kids and whatever. And I will put out the content and I'll experiment with like no makeup or looking all rough hewn and see, what my particular audience thinks of it. And it turns out they like her just as well with makeup as not. And it could be because of her business model and her offerings and her ideal customer. She's more relatable because she doesn't look perfect. So that's something you have to consider. we're always our harshest, worst critic. So you're never going to feel like you're enough to get on video, long form, short form, or both. It's not about you. It's about what your audience can take away from the content that you create. So it's a lie that you're telling yourself that you're not thin enough, young enough, pretty enough, handsome enough, comely enough, you know, cut enough. You're not like exciting enough. People are there to get what they need to get out of you. The entertainment, education, inspiration, or a fusion blend of some or all of those things. That's all they're there for. They're not there for you, glorious you. And even if they get to know, like, and trust you a lot, and you become a favorite business owner or creator of theirs, they're still there for you. I mean, for them, more than they're ever for you. God forbid something happens to you, they will go off and be just fine. Stop being so focused about you. Like I said a couple of days ago, if you're more worried about like how people are going to receive you as opposed to what good your content can do for them, the accent marks on the wrong person. It should never be really and truly about you. It should be about them and how you can entertain, educate, and inspire them about the pain point or the passion point. And a lot of times this content's going to be starring your products, even if you're not like sell every single piece of content that you put out like that. You're still going to have, because you're a business, throughout the week, sales-based content too, promotional-based content too. But over time, people are going to know, like, and trust you more, and they will be ready, willing, and able. Once they're ready, willing, and able to buy from you, they'll do it. Marcy said, hashtag live is on the phone. Hey, girl. Ruth says, I feel like I can't justify hiring out the marketing when I can handle it while I'm here in the store anyway. It took a mindset shift of making it a priority versus thinking I'll do it if and when I have time. You'll never have time. Everything else personally and professionally will fill up that time for you. I do think when you're a beginner, there's a season that you need to wear all the hats until it's fiscally responsible for you to start hiring things out to independent contractors, part-time, and then full-time employees. And then Marcy says, I can actually record long form, but the editing to get the graphics, the call to action, and everything can bog me down. I have all these lectures that I do. So perfect's the enemy of done. Roberto Blake has his 100 crappy videos concept. Whereas, like, we're never out to make crap. We're just... By the time we get to video 101 here on, say, YouTube, for example, we will look back and say the first 100 videos I did are such crap in comparison to where I am now. The more you edit, the faster and more frictionless the process is going to be. The more of a rhythm you're going to get into, especially if you set up time through calendar blocking to batch record, or in your case, Marcy, you have a whole bunch of stuff harvested. So batch edit. And then batch optimize. And then you can, with YouTube especially, you can schedule these things out till forever. Mr. Beast scheduled a video out for 5 years ahead of time, and it was Hello Me in 5 years, and it came up about a year or so ago. So you can schedule things on YouTube, both shorts and long form content, out quite a ways. And I actually, the same thing on TikTok. So, I would ask myself, am I allowing time? Am I calendar blocking in my schedule enough time for me to batch edit, in Marcy's case? Maybe like just 2 videos. Okay, just 2 videos. Or even just 1 video. Can I put an appointment on my calendar to just edit 1 freaking video and have that up on YouTube a week? And then out of that, pull like a 30-second like video trailer, and then put that out on social as an Instagram and Facebook reel that you put out simultaneously on the Meta Business Suite, on TikTok, and then of course on YouTube. Okay. Like, can you just do that once a week? I bet you really can. That's the thing. And it will take long in the beginning, and you'll feel like everything's crap and nothing's good enough. But after a week, after a month, after a business quarter / season, Marcy's going to be popping that video out a week in half the time. Because how can she not? Think about when you first drove a car, Marcy and everybody else. It was messy. You were scared. Everything took slower. You drove slower. I'm supposed to remember to pump the gas and hit the brake and check my mirrors and all those things. It's too much. It's too overwhelming, but yet you had to drive a car, right? And then probably after the first week or so, some things started to fall into the rhythm of what you were doing as you otherwise drove the car. You didn't have to be quite as crazed or hyper vigilant about some stuff. And after a month of driving the car, like every day or close to it, didn't you start to feel kind of bored? And now when you drive your car, you're like, I don't even remember the whole trip anymore. Like we all tend to just phase out, hopefully not completely. We're paying some attention as we drive, but you get the idea. Driving used to be this cataclysmic thing when maybe you were a teenager, but by the time you were driving a month and then a season and then a year, it's like breathing. The same thing with video editing or anything else. Oh, Marcy says we're having a tornado. Girl, be careful. Be careful. All right. So that's another lie that we tell ourselves. I don't have enough time for the content marketing. It's too much extra stuff on my plate. Personally and professionally, I have enough going on. Well, if your business isn't popping and locking like you're crazy and you're not making a ton of money, when you don't have a ton of money, you do have more time. You definitely do. And if you want to get so busy with your business that you don't have time and that you do have extra money and you can invest in independent contractors, part-time to full-time people, you are absolutely going to have to put in the time and put out the stuff yourself, and calendar block and go through your first 100 crappy videos, whether it be they long form, short form, or both. You're going to get better at doing the thing by doing the thing. I'll never have enough time. I'll never be able to do it, we say to ourselves. And yet, if something was very important, we would find the time. There would be stuff on the chopping block. We'd set timers on our phones when we're binge watching stuff, whether it's Netflix or, social media. We find the time when we need to for what we need to do. And if you aren't making much, if any, money with your business, how on God's green earth do you think you're going to have more? Because another lie that we tell ourselves is, if I just use my social media as a bulletin board and I just post product photos and I just put out sales announcements, even if I get good at optimizing those things, within a day, a week, a month or so, I should be making all sorts of money. Nope, that's a lie we tell ourselves because we don't want to have to do the extra relationship marketing, to draw new people into and through our ADA funnel. But your business, nobody's looking for your business. Nobody's looking for your product names. You're not likely going to come up on the radar screen. Only 2% of people on any given day are in the buyer mentality immediately as they hit the ground running. 98% of people need to be marketed to, with relationship marketing, some of which will focus on people who are pain aware, some of which will focus on people who are solutions aware. Again, in Funnel Dynasty, we have trainings to help you understand the difference between all three different pots of content. And then we have like a 7-fold superstructure that includes the 3 pots of different types of searchers and content bingers: pain aware, solutions aware, and sales aware. And we show you how to leverage the 98% to get more people into and through your sales funnel so that you have more volume every day as you post more and more effectively, and that you will start having more and more sales. Because when it comes to marketing and sales, as long as all the pistons in the engine block of your business is running properly, one piston's broken in an engine, the whole engine doesn't work. But if all the pistons in the engine are firing, and even if your car is small because you're new and you're just kind of chugging along, as long as you're chugging along, as long as nothing's broken, the more content you put out over time, the more people are coming into and through your funnel, the more people are discovering you because there's more pieces of content out there a day to rank in social search on a platform. Hey, Mike from Valley Smithy, what's going on? And for the algorithms, through what I teach in Funnel Dynasty, algorithmic compulsion, at some point on each platform, There are some similarities, there are some differences. You can all but compel the algorithms to push you out into suggested content discovery. Like, for example, on Instagram, suggested is the explore page. On TikTok, suggested is the for you page. On YouTube, suggested could be on your homepage, or literally like suggested on the sidebar as you're watching a video, right? But the lie that we tell ourselves is, if I just keep posting like my products and my sales announcements, and especially if I optimize those really well, which can help, I'm not saying it won't, but if all you're doing is focusing on sales based stuff, you're only leveraging 2% of the traffic that's out there on any platform on search, period. Most people are not ready to buy immediately. So if you don't bring them into and through your funnel, and you don't indoctrinate them into your brand-based community and make them want to come back, then you're not getting any of the sales that you wanted to. Content marketing is not just a bulletin board. This isn't 10 years ago. You can't get away with that anymore, even if the sales-based stuff is well optimized, which it should be. So that's another lie that we tell ourselves. That kind of falls under hope marketing. We post our stuff. We have beautiful pictures, videos, or both. We try to be mindful of the keywords and the captions and the hashtags where applicable to optimize stuff. Subjectively and objectively, our content's as good as we can get it. And we hope that if we post every day our sales-based stuff, that will be enough. But like I just said, only 2% of traffic on any social media platform, even YouTube, is really people who are searching and binging on content because they have a sales mindset. They have a buyer's mindset immediately. So that's another lie we tell ourselves. I've been posting. Stacey Storino. I post every day. I post multiple times a week for my stuff, and nobody, my stuff is so beautiful. My stuff comes in green. My stuff is on sale. How come no one's buying my stuff? Because only 2% of people are even searching in such a way that what gets suggested to them and or what they pull up in search is going to be, okay, let me go buy. If you're only optimizing for search-based traffic and not for pain-based and not for solutions-based, and sometimes you can do all three on a piece of content, but sometimes it's more the accent mark is on one of those three pods. You're not going to leverage the other 98% that's out there. You're not. Hey, Lynn, what's going on? Good to see you. Valley Smithy, I definitely want to join Funnel Dynasty. Are you going to keep it available all the time or just limited time of the year? I will say this. We do have a 12 pay for Funnel Dynasty because of the price. I will say that. And you can talk to your tax expert, because odds are, this isn't tax advice, this is issue spotting only, folks. You should be able to write off your payment, whether it's all at once or your payment plan, against income for your business to recapture or at least shrink down your tax burden. I will guarantee you that you won't have access to the 24 bonuses really much longer. I want to be able to have something to talk about, later on down the line. Because I'm ill, I will keep the sales page up for another day or two, the way it is for Funnel Dynasty. So with the 12 pay, it should be something that's acceptable. Mike, I would love to see on the inside of the Funnel Dynasty student-only group, because we would have a ball spotlighting your business and looking at your content subjectively and objectively and trying to help you be able to get more sales-based conversion off your social media content, which you can totally do. Excuse me. Ooh, Lynn says, #live. Hope that cough goes away very soon. Yeah, and further to that end, folks, I will say, take a look at my most recent long form video that I just put up today. Okay, Valley Smithy says, okay, just trying to figure out how to make things work. Yeah, the 12 pay should help you. With the concept being, and you will save money by paying it all off at once. So, And we are getting into tax season. So I would definitely see, does it make more sense to pay all at once versus a 12 pay? Because you will save some money doing it that way. And you will definitely make sure that all 24 bonuses are unlocked to you. Because full payers tend to get that stuff unlocked for them. Thank you, Mike. But here is the long form video for today. This is, of all things, KSI and Logan Paul's crime marketing tip. You do want to see that video. I just published it this morning while we're live. I did manage to have a voice stay on long enough for that. But I had to rest the whole day to do it. And that video is a blast. And it's something that is kind of old school that a lot of people have fallen away from. That is something that Logan Paul and KSI leaned into, especially over the last, I'd say, business quarter or so. Logan Paul wanted Prime Hydration to be super competitive with Gatorade, which owns like 46% of the sports hydration market. And interestingly enough, by using this one tip, that is something that you guys can do on a local and regional basis for not crazy money. What they did helped them to become the fastest growing sports brand in history. And it is not something that only they can do, or only top percentilers can do, or only because they're big YouTubers, they're big influencers, they can do. So make sure you check that video out. I think it's going to open your eyes to something that maybe you did think about in the past. And it will help you with content marketing digitally, but it's also going to really help you in real life. And you will understand how strategically Prime Hydration got out in front of different pots of people that kind of had a commonality together, but it's really brilliant how it worked. And it's definitely duplicatable for solo businesses and mom and pops shops, All right, now I'm feeling like crap, so I'm heading off to bed. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.